If you're eyeing the Razer Ripsaw X for your streaming setup, you might want to hit pause. Today, I'm diving into everything you need to know before you buy this so-called ultimate capture card. But here's what surprised me. While it promises 4K 30 FPS capture and ultra-low latency, the reality isn't quite the smooth ride Razer advertises. In fact, for gamers and streamers who want top-tier quality and reliability, this device might leave you scratching your head. So, is the Ripsaw X a hidden gem or just a flashy gadget with unexpected flaws? Stick around because I've got the honest truth you won't hear from the hype videos. Let's kick things off by looking at who the Razer Ripsaw X is really made for. If you're a casual gamer wanting to stream gameplay from consoles, PC, or cameras without breaking the bank, a compact capture card like this can be very attractive. It promises plug-and-play simplicity, ultra-low latency for real-time interaction, and support for up to 4K at 30 frames per second, a sweet spot for smooth gameplay with great visuals. But here's the catch. Ultra-low latency often comes at the expense of some image quality or stability, a compromise many gamers aren't told up front. Therefore, before you splash your cash, knowing exactly what these trade-offs mean for your streams becomes crucial. Story time. When I first unboxed the Razer Ripsaw X, its compact size immediately impressed me, small enough to fit in the palm of my hand, perfect for a minimalist setup. I plugged it into my PC and switched my camera to capture mode. Initial tests looked promising with crisp visuals and smooth frame delivery. However, after just a couple of hours, occasional audio sync issues and video stutters started creeping in, making me question my initial excitement. This wasn't just a one-time glitch. Multiple users on Amazon reports echoed similar frustrations. So, what's going on behind that sleek exterior? To understand the Ripsaw X's performance, we need to dive deeper into its specs and real-world application. It's advertised with support for 4K 30 FPS capture and 1080p at a solid 60 FPS, making it perfect for streaming high-quality content without overwhelming your setup. Its ultra-low latency mode is touted to provide near-instantaneous feedback, essential for interactivity during live streams. But here's where I found a big problem. While video input was generally sharp, the audio sync lagged noticeably at times, especially when switching between source devices. This can be a nightmare for content creators relying on voiceover commentary or gameplay sound effects. Why? Because an out-of-sync stream loses professional polish instantly. Let's talk compatibility. The Ripsaw X works with PCs, consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, and even lets you connect DSLR cameras to step up your production quality. That's a big plus if you want to diversify your stream beyond just screen capture. However, users reported driver installation quirks and occasional recognition failures on specific PC setups, meaning you might spend precious time troubleshooting instead of shooting content. For beginners, this hassle can turn the capture card into more of a frustrating puzzle than a tool. So, if you're new to streaming, ask yourself if you're ready for some tech wrangling. Here comes the twist. While the device itself isn't inherently terrible, Razer's software ecosystem surrounding it is surprisingly underwhelming. The Ripsaw X relies on third-party apps like OBS or XSplit for recording and streaming, because Razer doesn't provide a dedicated capture app. That's a missed opportunity for integration simplicity. Moreover, streamers reported that the device doesn't always handle HDR signals well, leading to washed-out colors or inconsistent lighting. So, if you're hoping for vibrant visuals straight out of the box, you may be in for some color grading work. It's like buying a sports car, but then realizing the gas station only sells regular fuel. Performance just won't be what you expect. Let's pause for a joke to lighten things up. Why did the streamer break up with their capture card? Because it just couldn't keep the stream going smoothly. It kept dropping frames like bad Wi-Fi signals in a horror movie. Okay, bad jokes aside, stability is everything in streaming. What about pricing? The Razer Ripsaw X is competitively priced, making it accessible for many content creators looking to upgrade from basic USB capture devices. It currently holds a 4.3 out of 5 stars on Amazon, which is respectable but doesn't tell the full story. Many high ratings come from users who only used it casually or for brief sessions, while detailed critical reviews point to long-term use frustrations. For example, heat generation under extended sessions was another hot topic, not only metaphorically but literally. The device can warm up noticeably, which might impact performance and lifespan. Here's another question for you. Are you streaming daily for hours or just doing occasional game captures? For the former, reliability trumping specs is key. For the latter, Ripsaw X might just be good enough. I've seen some quirky one-liner reviews that sum it up humorously. Great for capturing my dog's antics, but for my gameplay, let's just say it's a bit rough. Dogs aside, this capture card is a mixed bag. Now let's address the setup process. On paper, it looks straightforward. Plug HDMI from console to capture card to PC via USB-C, and bam, you're ready to stream. However, users ran into complications with device recognition, needing multiple driver reinstalls or PC restarts. Some even had to tweak USB power management settings to prevent disconnections. If you thought capturing video was supposed to be plug-and-play, think again. One Amazon reviewer jokingly said, "I spent more time setting this thing up than streaming. It was like a side quest in my own house." So, prepare for a little patience and persistence. Let's talk features. The Ripsaw X shines with its low latency. Near real-time streaming interaction is a big deal in competitive gaming and engaging live sessions. It also handles multiple inputs with surprising ease, supporting a range of HDMI devices. The compact form factor is perfect for portable streaming rigs or tight desks, but its Achilles heel, the audio-visual sync inconsistency and occasional software complexity, that can frustrate less tech-savvy users. Here's another joke to keep things fun. Why do capture cards always get nervous before a stream? Because they're afraid of being unplugged right in the middle. Remember, folks, a steady connection is your best friend. So where does that leave you? The Razer Ripsaw X is for the enthusiast streamer who understands hardware limitations and is willing to troubleshoot and optimize their setup for decent quality capture at 4K 30 FPS or 1080p 60 FPS. If you fit in that category, it offers good value for a compact design and solid latency performance. However, if you're a professional streamer or someone seeking seamless plug-and-play reliability with perfect AV sync out of the box, you may want to look elsewhere or prepare extra budget for tweaking your rig. Now for the resolution. Despite some hiccups, the Razer Ripsaw X is not a bad device. It just requires realistic expectations and a little elbow grease. If you're upgrading from a lower-tier capture card or experimenting with streaming multiple cameras, this could be your starting line. Its ultra-low latency and 4K support make it future-proof enough for most hobbyists. Just don't expect flawless setup or magic software wizardry. Remember, every tool has its quirks. In summary, the Razer Ripsaw X delivers compact, affordable capture card performance with notable highlights like low latency and broad device compatibility. But it also struggles with audio-video sync inconsistencies and minor setup hassles. The question isn't whether it works, it's whether it works smoothly enough for your streaming needs. Before you decide, here's my mini promise. If you want the best price on Amazon and want to see current deals, prices change very fast. Check the link in the description. That way, you get the latest info and maybe catch a discount. Remember, no product is perfect, especially in this fast-evolving tech space, but the Ripsaw X's modest price and solid core performance make it a worthwhile contender for dedicated hobbyists willing to learn the ropes. If you want to take your content to the next level without breaking the bank, it's definitely worth a shot. And hey, if it doesn't work out, At least you'll have a fancy paperweight that looks good on your desk, razor green and all. Thanks for watching, and if you found this honest breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more no-nonsense tech reviews. Until next time, may your streams be smooth and your frame rates high.